God. Ask God.
Hello, Scott. This is Yang. Awesome podcast. You always provide such honest and valuable information, and you're always able to go in depth with everything. Thank you so much for that. I have an interesting question if you don't mind answering. My product has been live on Amazon for a month and a half now. I've organically ranked it to several of my main keywords, mostly on the second and third pages, but for the keyword I wanted it most, I actually ranked it on the first page, fourth one down. And it's crazy because on that page, Amazon has a shop by category, and they are using my product as one of the default pictures, which is pretty awesome because I had no idea that could happen. So anyways, this product is a different design from the competitors and it's bundled. On Jungle Scout, Market Demands is around 5,000 total sales per month on this type of product. Each competitor has a decent amount of reviews, with one competitor having low reviews, but still making the double revenue of the ones with high reviews. I've checked Camel, and they have been selling for a while. But besides that, there's one flaw in my product I noticed. After research, the quantity it holds is usually not the standard in U.S. markets, unlike the competitors' products. I'm making only one organic sale every other day each week. So the question is, should I keep sourcing this product as a slow investment or switch markets? And also, do I lose ranking spots by switching markets and have to start over? I'd appreciate if you could answer this question for me. Thanks.
Hey, Yang, thank you so much for the question. Great question, by the way. And it sounds like you have an interesting situation here. Number one, you've got a product launch, which is great. You've ranked it, which is awesome. That's amazing. And it shows that you know how to rank a product, right? That's great, right? The thing is, the problem is, I think, is that what you had said that in U.S. markets, the U.S. market, that is, the holes in your product or the size of the holes in your product are not in U.S. or not standard in the U.S. That could be a major problem, major problem. If you're going after a certain market and that hole doesn't measure up with the standard size of that market, that's going to be hard, right? So even if you rank on page one, but then after they look at your product and they go, wait a minute, this isn't going to fit. It's kind of like if I was to buy a plug that didn't fit in the wall in the States, but it fit in, the UK, well, that's not going to work, right? I mean, even though I could rank it, it doesn't mean that it's going to work for me. I'm not going to buy it because it's not going to work, right? So I think that's a major flaw in the product, and it's not a flaw that can't be corrected. I would then see how you can have yours made to be compatible with the US market if that's where you're going to sell it. Or maybe you sell that into the marketplace where that particular product is made for, in a sense. So I think that's a major thing that could be making your sales not as high as they should be. And even the people that are buying it, they may buy it and then get it home and then go, oh crap, this thing doesn't fit. And then you're going to get a refund and you're going to, then get a negative review or something. So I would say that's probably definitely the reason for the slow sales, especially if you're ranking right up there with everyone else. So would I keep that as a slow mover? Probably not. I would probably try to correct it, okay, fix it, and then go ahead and get myself to rank like you are, and then start getting some sales. I think that is the answer. Now, does it matter if you switch categories? It could for ranking. It's really hard to say. I think it's amazing though that you got positioned there in the shop by category image. That's pretty awesome, right? So again, you've got a lot of great things working for you. I think we just have to dial the product in, right? We just have to figure out how can we make the product so it works for the people that are looking for it. Again, it's like we can get traffic to a certain product, but if the product doesn't then deliver what it's supposed to deliver, or it doesn't fit something, you're going to lose that buyer, right? So to me, it's a simple thing, really. I mean, it's a simple, diagnosis, as I would say it, but it doesn't mean it's going to be a simple fix. You're going to have to go to the manufacturer and say, can I get this thing made with this size holes for the US market? And then you're going to have to dial that in. That's my personal opinion. That's what I think will help you. Do I think that you should move completely out of this market? It's hard for me to say that as well because I don't know the market. But it sounds like if those other competitors are selling well and you're not, but you're ranking right alongside them, then I would just need to look at and say, like, why are they buying theirs and not mine? And it seems very clear that it's probably because of the hole size, right? That's just, again, my first thought listening to your question. And that is what I would do. I would contact the manufacturer, try to get that dialed in if I can. And then I would just go ahead and then just relaunch it. Now, the next question that you might ask or someone else might be thinking is like, okay, well, I've got this product now and I'm ranking it. Do I have to create a whole completely new listing? And the answer is no. I would create a variation of that. So now you've got two different variations, right? You've got one with the holes that fit a certain country, and then you've got another set of holes that fit the US. Well, you can just let the one variation run out of stock. Your other one will then be in stock. So then now you can just change your title if you have to, and everything else will still rank the same way. And if you wanted to, then you could also fill that other variation with that other size and give people the choice. So that's another thought there. All right. So hopefully this helped you. I do think that you're probably on a good thing here. You just have to dial it in. And I think that you've learned and figured out the ranking process. That's key. That is key, my friend. Well, hey there. Thank you so much for listening to that episode of Ask Scott. Now, that was just a highlight from one of our full episodes where I generally answer 3 to 4 questions on a podcast. If you want to go back and listen to all of the past archives of not just the Ask Scott session, but all of the full episodes where I do interviews with top Amazon sellers, people starting from scratch and building a business, if you want to listen to any of those episodes, head over to theamazingseller.com and you can find all of that over there. You can also find details there on how you can ask your own question and get it aired on an upcoming Ask Scott session and possibly see it here on YouTube or just on the podcast. All right, so definitely head over to theamazingseller.com. There's tons of resources over there for you to be able to build your e-commerce and Amazon business. So definitely go check that out. Now, I just wanted to remind you one thing before I let you go. There's a lot of information out there and some of it is really, really good. What I want you to remember is you have to not just consume the information, you have to actually apply that information. So take this information that you learned here today and apply it to your business. And this way here, you can get results. As my shirt says, I wear it almost daily. Take action. We'll see you guys.